What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean & Green Lawn Service in South Georgia with a quick how-to on hooking up a standard vanity sink faucet. There's the faucet right up there. And all we're hooking this up with metal braided lines. What you have on these is you have a 1/2 inch, which is standard for a faucet, to a 3/8, which is pretty much standard for a shut-off valve. There can be some differences in those. We're going to do these as well as hook up the S-trap, which is going to be your drain going down here. Now, if it's coming up through the floor, you need a S-trap. I hope you can see that in there pretty good. If it's coming out through the wall, you need a P-trap. So in this particular application, we're going to have an S-trap that's going to go down there. You do need that. It'll maintain water in it and keep the odor from the septic system and methane or any of that from coming back up through your drain into your sink, whether it be a kitchen sink or, in this case, a bathroom vanity. So anyway, here we go. I'm just going to get you set up and watch it. I will probably just kind of speed this up some. All you're going to do is hook this up to the bottom of the faucet. The 1/2 inch end, the 3/8 end, you're going to hook up to your shutoff valves. Again, in the application that I have, you want to hook them up and hand tighten them, turn them about 1/4 of a turn, and all that should go good. Hot water always goes on the left-hand side. Cold water goes on the right-hand side. I hope I know which pipe to switch here, but if I don't, I can always just swap them over pretty easy. So here we go. Okay, we got them hooked up, secured down good. We're not going to turn this water on yet. They are hooked up at the top. Hopefully you can see that under there. But before we turn any water on, we want to get this S-trap hooked up. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that and walk you through it. Basically, you're going to you'll put a cap here that your S-trap's going to screw onto. It's going to go on with PVC glue. A lot of times they will come with the P-trap. In this particular case, or the S-trap. In this particular case, one did not come with it, but I have some. So I'm going to glue that on, and then the rest of it is just hand tight and screw together, align it, and make sure everything's snugged up. So I'll just kind of put you on, I'm going to have you on real time, but in the video I'll probably speed it up some just for the sake of time. Maybe I won't speed that part up. I'll just let you watch it. So that's designed to go like that. Then you're going to have a P-trap assembly. It's going to have this rubber washer. See how that sits on that, or an S-trap, whichever one. That washer sits in there. You snug this down. That's what seals it off. So that's what we're going to be doing. But we got to put the whole assembly in. What we have here, this is a penny. Just kind of show it to you. This is a Kenny S-trap, 1 1/4 inch, It's got a 20.5-inch floor tube, which is this long tube that's going to reach down. But anyway, let's see if we can open this up and just kind of show you the parts that are in it. As a matter of fact, let me just do this. Let me get the camera out here where you can see a little better. That's the 20.5-inch tube. Alright, the first thing you're going to want to do is assemble this bad boy right here. And this already has a flare in it, so you're not putting any kind of washer in there. This is, you'll see in just a second why it's called the S-tube. Now I get that real tight because I need it to move for now, but that's an S. Turn it right where you can see it, okay? S-tube. A P-trap would come like this and then go straight that way, so it could go into the wall. So we got this. In order to go up on our pipe with one end of this, coming out of the sink drain, we're going to put one of these on it. We're actually going to put a nut on it, then we're going to put one of these and slide it up the pipe and then screw it to it. So I'm going to try to show you right now, if I can. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. So you want to slide on one nut, one seal. Now I like to just slide that all the way up. Take that. And again, right now I'm just wanting to snug it up because I still need it to move. And the reason I need it to move, you can notice all this flexibility we have here. See that? How we can move all this. What we need is this piece that the down tube's going to go in, going straight down to this. So we can do a lot of moving around in order to get that where we want it. In order to get this tube down to here, okay? So that's what we're going after, like that right there. We want that to be as straight as we can get it. So really right there is where we're going to end up wanting this at. And we just kind of snug everything up initially, get it where we want it. Yeah. And I don't need obviously that much tube going down in there. Now I could leave that much tube, but it wouldn't really hurt anything. But I'm gonna take just a little bit off of this so it's not so aggravating maybe to get out for the next person that comes along. A little bit of noise. Now we're going to take and put a nut on this one and a washer on it. And you know, I think they're missing a washer in this kit. I've only used one so far. And I should have one for the tailpipe and one for the bottom, and I don't see it. Use this one at the bottom. Oh, never mind. I see it. Okay, I set it on top of the I set it on top of the sink. So again, we'll put one of these with a flare going up, and just kind of run that up from the bottom. You got another assembly like that. It's going to be for that one. And we got to go ahead Alright, so we got a washer for down here. Now that's going to be a little bit big there, and that's okay. That's just the way these work. You're going into 1/2 inch pipe with 1 1/4 inch pipe, but that ring seals it off. So tighten up the top. Now that we got everything where we want it, we'll go ahead and make sure and snug all this stuff up. And again, this is all just hand tight. All right, we got that on. Okay. Here we go. Got an S-trap in. Got it hooked up to the piping going out the bottom. And hooked up to our tailpipe on our sink. So I'm getting ready to turn all this on and see what happens. What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean & Green Lawn Service in South Georgia with a quick how-to on hooking up a standard Vanity sink faucet. There's the faucet right up there. And all we're hooking this up with metal braided lines. What you have on these is you have a 1/2 inch, which is standard for a faucet, to a 3/8, which is pretty much standard for a shut-off valve. There can be some differences in those. We're going to do these as well as hook up the S-trap, which is going to be your drain going down here. Now, if it's coming up through the floor, you need a S-trap. I hope you can see that in there pretty good. If it's coming out through the wall, you need a P-trap. So in this particular application, we're going to have an S-trap that's going to go down there. You do need that. It'll maintain water in it and keep the odor from the septic system and methane or any of that from coming back up through your drain into your sink, whether it be a kitchen sink or, in this case, a bathroom vanity. So anyway, here we go. I'm just going to get you set up and watch it. I will probably just kind of speed this up some. All you're going to do is hook this up to the bottom of the faucet. With the 1/2 inch end, the 3/8 end, you're going to hook up to your shutoff valves. Again, in the application that I have, you want to hook them up and hand tighten them, turn them about 1/4 of a turn, and all that should go good. Hot water always goes on the left-hand side. Cold water goes on the right-hand side. I hope I know which pipe to switch here, but if I don't, I can always just swap them over pretty easy. So here we go. Okay, here's the first time turning the water on. Let's see. We got both on, hot on, cold on, full on. We'll let the air off here. Ooh, there was some nasty water come up through there. Alright. I didn't bring my flashlight in with me, but the first thing I'm going to check, I got my phone. First thing I'm going to check is make sure I don't have any water coming out of these fittings. And I don't see anything. Oh, that's dust. Okay, so now what we're going to do is make sure we got our hot and our cold right. Remember, hot, the standard is hot is supposed to be on the left. So we'll let this run a while to see if we got any hot. And while we're doing that, since we're running a bunch of water through, we'll check to make sure we don't have any leaking on our S-trap anywhere. So far, so good. One of the things that I do to test it, I'll show you in just a minute, is I fill this sink all the way up and flood it. I mean, I fill it way up high and then open the stopper so it gives it a rush. I'm beginning to be afraid that we got these hooked up backwards. I don't really know which was which. I did notice that this had a little red mark under it, and red is typically, you know, red line is for hot, but these were not marked when I took them out. So when I cut them off initially, so I didn't really know what was what, but that's fine. It's not a problem. If we, the good news is there's no leaks. I don't have any hot water back here at all yet. That's definitely the cold though. This is heating up now, I can feel it. Alright, like I said, we're going to try out our stopper. This is a good way to test for your leaks, because that 1.5 inch pipe can easily take, or 1.25 inch pipe can easily handle this amount coming out. But when you fill the sink all the way up and open that stopper and flood it, where it actually fills that pipe up, sometimes like that you can find a leak that you could not find with it running. So I like to do that and check it. Have to be careful, this sink does not have an overflow. That's one thing I do not like about it, but you know, it is what it is. If somebody hits that stopper and the phone rings and they go to their phone, when they come back, it's going to be running all over. So. Alright, we probably got, I don't know, maybe 1.5 gallons of water. Maybe 1.5 gallons of water. And we're going to set this down here and flood it. Oh yeah, you can hear it. Wow, that drained fast. That drained fast, and I do not see any leaks. Alright, so all we're going to have to do now is, I'm not going to walk you through this process. It's pretty easy. We're just going to switch over our lines, because what we have right now is we have hot on the right hand side and we want it on the left. So all we're going to do is swap these right here, and it'll be good to go. So hey, I hope you enjoyed this little how-to on installing an S-trap, as well as hooking up the plumbing lines to a sink. Now I will say this, ideally I would have put those braided lines on this sink while it was out before I installed this countertop, because it's just easier to do that way, but I did not have the lines at the time. So anyway, if you liked the video, smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and my prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him.